Hello everybody. In my previous video I shared steps for constructing a front bodice block. Today I will be sharing steps to construct a back bodice block. If in case you have constructed a front bodice block, it will be more simple for you to develop a back bodice block. There are less markings that need to be done here for the back bodice development. So once we've done the front bodice development, we need to extend a few lines to the back bodies. So I'll tell you the lines that we need to transfer to the front side so that then I can fold the sheet and start working on the front block. So the very first line that I need to extend towards the back block is MM1. So I'll extend MM1 onto the left side, that is towards my back bodice block. After this, the next line that needs to be replicated onto the other side, something that needs to be extended to the other side is the waist line. So that's BLD line. So I need to extend this onto the back block. So this is how I'll do it. And the third line is my topmost line, that is the AC line. AC line, this line will be extended onto the left side. So we had already drawn a margin on the top side, so I don't need to take any botheration now. So I have 1, 2 and I have a waistline also that's been extended to the back block. Now after this, the next step is, the very first step as for the front block was to mark the front width. For the back block also it is to mark the back width. So from A, I'm going to mark a point at a gap of 9 inches because 9 inches is the width of my front block. So I can label it as A dash over here. So let's label A dash as 9 inches because 9 inches is the back width of my block of size 34. And here BZ is the other marking. That is again at the gap of 9 inches. So after doing this, let me label it as Z and this as A dash. So after marking A1, Z1, we will join them together with a straight line. So after joining that, the next measurement that I need to mark is center back length. So that will be from base upwards, we will be marking it. Center back length measurement is 16 3/4 inches for a size 34. So what I'll do is, I will start measuring 16 3/4 from the base upwards. So we'll place 0 at Z and then measure till where it falls 16 3/4 inches. I will mark a point over there and we'll label it as Y. Right? After marking Y, the next measurement that I need to mark is the shoulder blade level. See, as far as the shoulder blade level is concerned, it is actually 1/4 of the length. It is 1/4 of the center back length. So center back length in our case is 16 3/4 inches. So we have to take 1/4 of that, 1/4 of 16 3/4 inches and mark it as point R. So what I am going to do now is, I am taking 1/4 of 16 3/4 inches, that is a little more than 4 inches. So I'll mark it here as R. Okay. After doing this, next is to mark the back width, back neckline width. So to do so, I will have to first measure the front neck width. So front neck width is 1/8 inches less than 3 inches. So what I'll do is, I will again mark the same measurement here for the back block. So it is 1/8 inches before 3 inches is what I'm going to mark, and then I'm going to square it down. So I can either take 3 by 4 inches from the top side, mark a point, because that is how my measurement is going to be done here, right? So I'm going to square it down and across to make the back neckline curve. So this is how the rectangular block will be developed and for the neckline. And now I'm going to place this French curve over here for the neckline, back neckline curve, or the back neck curve. Okay, need to take care that it merges in with the neckline, right? The next step would be label this point. So let us label this particular point as W and this as X. So what we need to do now is we will join W to N1. N1 is on the front block. So that's why I have kept this block open right now, so that whatever markings I need to do, keeping both in mind, I will be able to do it comfortably. So I have to join W to N1 first, like this. Okay. After doing this, the next point is to mark half of shoulder. So what we'll do is, see, shoulder measurement was 5 inches. So half of shoulder would be 2.5 inches, and we will add 1 by 8 inches to this. So what we'll do is, I will first measure W to P. I will first measure 2.5 inches, it's here, and then 1 by 8 inches, that's here. So this is my point P, right? WP is equal to half of shoulder plus 1 by 8 inches. After this, next step is to mark the dart width, shoulder dart width. So shoulder dart width is 3 by 4 inches. So you would observe that for the rest of the darts, we do not have a standard dart intake, but for the shoulder, back shoulder dart, it is 3 by 4 inches that's taken as a standard while we develop a block. So I have marked 3 by 4 inches. I can write on here PP1 is equal to 3 by 4 inches. Okay. Now after P1, I need to mark P1, P2, which is again half of shoulder plus 1 by 8 inches. So from here, I'll take half of shoulder is 2.5, and I'll take 1 by 8 inches more to that. So this is P2. Okay. So I've marked the shoulder dart. I've done the shoulder marking. I have done the back neck curve. Now the next step is, as I have the shoulder blades level marked here, I need to now draw the shoulder blade, mark the shoulder blade measurement. So the shoulder blade measurement is 7 inches for a size 34. So what I'll do is, from R, I'm going to mark RQ, and the length of this is 7 inches. As I said, the shoulder blade measurement is 7 inches, so I will be marking it here as RQ 7 inches. So again, for your pointers to remember the points and all, you can mark down also. Okay, so I've written 7 inches here for the shoulder blade. Now the next is to draw a guideline to draw the armhole curve. So the guideline will be sketched here perpendicular to RQ, and we will label this as Q1, and this guideline is 1 inch long. So I can say QQ1 is equal to 1 inch. Okay, so I hope you can see now that the shoulder is marked, the dart is marked, the armhole curve, the guideline is marked here for the armhole curve. Now we need to move to the base, that is the waist level, to mark the waist dart. So before we mark the waist dart, we need to first measure BL. So once we measure BL, we will mark the same measurement on the left side of B also. So right side we have BL, on the left side we'll have BL dash. So I am going to measure BL. The measurement comes out in my block, it comes out to be 1 by 4 inches. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to mark 1 by 4 inches on the other side also and label it as L dash. Sorry, I will be labeling it as L dash. Now you join L dash to M with a slanting line. This is for this underarm seam or the side seam of my block. Okay, once I've done this, now I need center back to princess line measurement. So center back to princess line measurement for a size 34 is 5 by 8 inches. So what I'll do is, from Z I'm going to mark 5 by 8 inches. So here 5 by 8. And we will label it as U. So ZU is 5 by 8 inches. Okay. After marking ZU, the next measurement that we will be marking is L1V. Now how to mark L1V? The formula, the technique that I follow is, we know the waist measurement, we know the complete back waist measurement. So what we need to do is, we need to take that measurement. Back waistline measurement is 6 inches, right? From this I need to subtract 5 by 8 inches because this is center back to princess line measurement. That's something that we have already marked. Okay, so I'll subtract 5 by 8 inches from my waist measurement. What am I left with? I'm left with 3 by 8 inches. So this is something that I need to mark on my block now. Rest would be the dart intake. Okay, so to fit in the bodice well, I have the center back to princess line measurement. I have the waistline, back waistline measurement. So I have subtracted center back to princess line measurement from the back waistline, and the left out is 3 by 8 inches. So my L1 V measurement is 3 by 8 inches. So now see, how am I going to mark this? On my block, I will take my scale and I'll mark 3 by 8 inches on my block and label this as V. Okay, so it's simple. It's 5 by 8 here. It is 3 by 8 here. When I add them together, I get 6 inches. So UV is actually the dart intake. This is extra that needs to be incorporated into a dart. I hope I'm clear with this. Now after this, you need to measure the dart intake and mark the center of the same as T. Right? Measure the dart intake UV and mark the center as T. Now extend T till M1 extended line. So you have to draw a perpendicular line here like this. Okay, and then label this point as S. Label it as S. Now after labeling S, join S to V and S to U for the dart legs, for the waist dart for back. So what have I done? I'll repeat again. Take the center of UV, mark it as T. After marking T, draw a perpendicular upwards till the M1 line that was extended towards the back block. Once you've done this, now you can draw the dart legs S, U and S, V. Okay. Once you've done this, let's move to the shoulder dart for back. Join S to P with a straight line. So this will be a little tilted, slanting line now. After doing this, you need to mark a point for drawing the dart for the shoulder. So from the point of intersection, this is the point of intersection. From the point of intersection, you have to mark a point 1 inch above and label it as P3. Right? Now join P3 with P1 for the shoulder dart. It's that simple. See, I repeat again. You will extend S to P. So you'll join both the points together. It's going to be a slanting line. Then after doing this, from the point of intersection of this line SP and RQ, you will mark a point 1 inch above that and label it as P3. Now join P3 with P1 for the shoulder dart leg. Okay, after doing this, now is the last step, and that is to draw the armhole curve for the back. So again, it's simple. You have to take P, P2, Q, Q1 and N as your guidelines, right? And then try and join them together with the help of a curve. Now what you can look up to is that your curve should not go inside Q1 and should not be very far away from Q1 also. So this is the back armhole curve for the bodice. One might be able to develop an armhole curve very closer to Q1 also, right? So that is also correct. So this is how we will be developing the back block for size 34. I hope that's clear to you. If in case you like my video, do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.